people want to learn, but what is it that you learned exactly in Dallas? And
In Dallas, we were investing to get cash flow. We did not care for the appreciation.
okay.
And when I came to Los Angeles, my cousin taught me about appreciation instead of cash flow.
Wow. Okay.
And I really like that idea because it's a very, very safe way to invest. When you invest like that with not a lot of leverage, you're going to be safe no matter recessions or whatever happens. So after my experience in Mexico about the bank being taken by the government or the banks, because it was not only ours, it was everybody else's bank, and the experience in Dallas with the depression, I just wanted to do things that were very, very safe.
Right.
And so, fortunately, my cousin taught me about this. I learned, and I started doing exactly that. And fortunately, also, we've been very successful doing it that way because we bought very good properties, very low leverage. They have gone up in value throughout the years. And when we lose a tenant, because of the kind of properties that we buy, it's easy to get another tenant.
Yeah, I think what your experience in Dallas you went through, that really shaped your strategy. I didn't know that you were about cash flow initially, and then you went more for appreciation. That was your starting point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. What other things have you implemented in your strategies to weather the storm during a downturn or something, catastrophic like what happened in Mexico or Dallas?
Well, as you say, I'm kind of a jokester at times, so I call myself a professional chicken. So I'm a chicken to invest. I want to invest where I know that the chances of failure are very small. And that has been my, my business plan all along. And to keep the properties, transform them. I always try to look for something that I can transform. I buy great locations, and I'm patient. And it's not about the cash flow; it's about the appreciation. It's a different kind of business, but it is much safer.
How do you utilize leverage when you do that? Because you also talked about being low leverage.
Low leverage, what gives you is safety. If you want to grow and to grow bigger, leverage is a good thing. But leverage, it's a matter of timing sometimes. Leverage can also kill you. Because if you're over leveraged in a property and there's a downturn and you lose your tenant and you have to pay the mortgage, it can make you give the property back. Whereas if you have low leverage and you have some reserves and you do it properly, if you have a downturn, then you don't have a problem. Okay. You're strong and you can weather the bad storm. And as you've seen, we've weathered here bad times in Los Angeles in some of the properties, and we've never lost one, and the properties are doing very well. And so, again, it's being a chicken.
Yeah, no, I think one more thing too, and you might have touched on it, but was the negotiation standpoint that you have with tenants during the leases. If you're low leveraged, if they move out, they can't use it against you if you have a huge mortgage payment that you have to pay up while it's vacant.
Well, you touched in a very important point also in recessions or when things slow down. Usually, we've had a few large tenants in our portfolio. We still do.
Okay.
These companies sometimes, when there's a downturn, they want to use it as an excuse to renegotiate the lease or do something like that. Or you might lose a tenant. What happens when you're not leveraged and you have good stuff, good properties, well located, is that you're in control of your rent and not your tenant. And as you know, because we've lived it together, I've offered tenants who came with requests like that, if they wanted to break the lease, I would be willing to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not afraid of what we have and the locations and the property.
Marketability. Come meet us over at signetinvestments.com. There, you'll have access to our full podcast and articles archives. Also, if you subscribe there, you'll get new updates sent straight to your inbox. You can also find us across all social media platforms. Our handle is Signet Investing. Thank you, and invest wisely.